Hey, what's up everyone? I'm Wilson Gao and this is Mr. GWS Catalyst for Searching. And today I'm going to maybe talk a few things. Actually, I'm using the Note 9 for I think over 4 months now, since my unboxing on the 22nd of August, I guess. Um, but today is 27th of December, and so far the case I've also used quite a few, like the Spigen one, like of course the Samsung official case as well with the kickstand, and of course the Winker, which I started to like this brand. As you can see here, yep, it's Winker. And of course this is the transparent case. It's Winker Fusion case. And I use some of their products on my LG G7 as well. And of course, to be honest, this is started to be my favorite brand next to Spigen, because Spigen case, yes, they are tight, but sometimes their case is also too tight for the transparent TPU case. This is the hard one. At least this one, even though it's a hard case, even though it doesn't only give at least a very minimum protection here, at least it's easy to remove, and it's put into the case. While the Spigen one, that time I used that case, will be much harder to take out and put back in, because that casing was so tight that I have to pull out and in, which I kind of find it very annoying. But that's besides the point. That using the Note 9, I also have quite a few of issues here and there. Firstly, let me unlock the phone. Okay, firstly, the Play Store, when I install or even update apps, right? Because I think the storage they use is kind of slow. It's not as fast as the OnePlus 6T, or even the LG G7, or even my Huawei Mate 20. I think they are using different type of storage. I'm not very sure this one uses a UFS 2.1 or just a standard 2.0 or 1.0, because in my personal opinion it is kind of slow. Okay, let's put in, and okay, there you go. And now I install quite a few of them on my Mate 20. It download, but also at the same time install much faster. It's like maybe a few seconds. This one maybe it takes around a few minutes. Okay, back to the, I know it's kind of annoying, since this phone, it has 128 gigs, and also the one with 512. Of course, this one is the 512 one, but of course my Mate 20 will download and also install the updated apps is much faster, trust me. So get back to the screen. I can say this phone is pretty good in my opinion. It still has Samsung is one of the best themes around, and of course there's a lot of free and paid themes. To be honest, all are quite beautiful in my opinion, but some it doesn't really, how should I put it, like take advantage of that. Like maybe some calculator apps, at least this one, it has the theme applied, but some I can see is just a normal color shade of the Samsung themes. And I can see this one is pretty good at times, but not all the time. So let's talk about the camera. And to be honest, I use the, how should I put it, the Mate 20. I think that picture quality is, in my opinion, is much better than the Note 9, and I think the quality inside that is also much better, maybe because it's linked to with the Leica technology as well, or Leica lens, I guess. Of course, this phone I shot on the Mate 20, and of course I set it to wide angle. and I can see, you know, between the 2 times zoom and in and out is squid, yeah, is speedy. And you know, I wish they updated the front camera, mostly because you know it has an autofocus, but you know, sometimes it also kind of annoying to me because you know when I take with person or take with selfies, you know, sometimes it doesn't really focus well and ended up maybe behind me is blur or in front of me it doesn't focus on my face, which I can see is kind of annoying. So let's go back to, okay, at least now it's fully updated for some strange reason. But I would say if you want to buy a Note 9, maybe this might be the great time to buy, since I think the price is slightly dropped now. I think I think it's over $1,100 or $1,200. Yes, $1,200 can get a 512 gig one, maybe around that kind of pricing. But I think even though right now it's going to be 2019, and of course new phones will be out as well, which is no surprise. But at the same time, the flagship phones, when they first came out, it will be even more expensive as before. So I'm not very sure whether should I make a review, mostly on budget phones this time around, because I don't really I don't really can afford buying flagship phones all the time and sell it off, because the price will be dropped really really fast. So I don't really see the point why people want to buy a flagship phones every year. Even I also guilty of that. And besides, the flagship phones every year, it doesn't have very major update. It's like it to the S8 to the S9, I find it, even though it's slightly great, like stereo speakers, I find the stereo speakers pretty good. But at the same time, right, it also kind of weird. It doesn't have so much upgrade to maybe get an S9. That time I get the S9 is because there's a storage available now. That means you don't have to just stuck with 64 gigs, which the S8 when it came to Singapore only has 64 gigs, but the S9 has also have 128 or 256 gig. And of course the S9, the Note 9, sorry, the Note 9 also have both 128 and 512. So I would say this phone is pretty good, but I think one of the annoying things is the screen. Not say the quality was bad by any means, but it's a curved screen. I'm not very sure how many times I changed the tempered glass. I think this is the third time of that, because um, it doesn't have what kind of the design I like. Because maybe I'm not very sure whether you can see that. There's also a tempered glass that it has a black borders on the corner, which in my opinion is kind of annoying because it will block the color out as well. So yeah, it's not a bad phone by any means. It's still a pretty good one in my opinion. But I would say maybe if you're waiting for 2019, maybe it might be the great thing to buy, because especially the S Pen here, when I plug out, I using when I make videos on my talk to the phone, and I always press this button to launch the camera, or even how should I put it, or even take a press double tap to take photo, or press once to record video, which it's recording now, and I stop. So I would say this one is one of the very useful feature ever, because the previous one doesn't even have a Bluetooth technology on that, but this one has. So Samsung at least has make it right this time around with the S Pen. And of course the battery, I would say the battery is above average. I think around 3.3 to 3.5 hours screen on time, and maybe left around 30 or 25% left. Yes, I saw that endurance before, even though it has a 4000 milliamp hours, but the Mate 20 that I have from Huawei, I think that one it is much better in terms of endurance. I think that one can last me around over 4 or 4.5 hours of screen on time, and with I think around also the same as before. I think around 35% of battery life. So yeah, I think this one, I think it still have a lot of ways, to improve. So that's my thoughts about the Galaxy Note 9. Yes, this is my thoughts on Galaxy Note 9 after 4 months of usage. I would say it's a pretty good solid smartphone. I think this is the best Note series ever since I using the I use Galaxy Note and Galaxy Note 2 before, but after that I just skip every Note series until now. Galaxy Note 9 is a really good smartphone. It has a headphone jack some more. Yep, you can see that. Yep, so that's my thoughts about the Galaxy Note 9. If you have a Note 9, whether is it still worth using this phone, or maybe other flagship phones will be much better value overall. Drop your comments below, and of course subscribe to my channel, Mr. GWS. Follow my socials, my Facebook, YouTube, and my IGTV GWS89. Maybe that one I try to post a few more. And yep, thanks for watching.